having all the gusto to try and do that. Why? We've got the similar things on here. Check program effectiveness, efficiency, appropriateness, relevance, improve accountability. The amount of money that's going into your programs. You know, if things are going right, people need a pat on the back. If things are going wrong, people need to change the way they're working. If they're not putting their activities in the right area and things like that, it needs identified very, very quickly. Make informed decision making. You're not doing it because you've been pressured to by your funders, and if your funders are pressurising you to go in a certain direction, you've got more to defend why you should stay in the direction you're going if you've monitored and evaluated appropriately. If you've said why you're doing it this way. Not because it's based on opinion, but it's based purely on fact. And then key stakeholders like funders can't ignore that. Increased credibility and funding, it does do that. If you've got sound evidence base in your reports to your funders, to the people involved in your scheme and delivering it, it will make a more attractive funding package, and it will make applying for you, because it's a bit of an art form, isn't it, applying for funding? It really is. You know, you've got to use the right language, you've got to attach it to all these different sports, especially, you've got to attach it to all these different agenda, you're ringing people up in play, in arts and creative activities, in education, for adults, for young people, and everybody in between, and you've got to, it's difficult, it's really difficult, but if you've evaluated, a lot of that should already be there, because you've rationalised why things have worked. So just on the left there, there's internal reasons, which most of these are, and there are external reasons, your funders. What else external reasons might we have?
Supplying the mind for what you're supplying.
Yeah. Yeah, what do people want? Yeah, what drives you there? You've done fishing for them, why are you not doing it for us? Why can I not come? Because you're full, why aren't you expanding? Things like that. Yeah, absolutely. And your general expectations, they're key. You know, when you set a scheme up, while it's a good idea, you've got to think a few years ahead and think, if someone's going to write a report about my scheme, I'd love to listen to the responses about this, or the coaching element of it, or the interaction I have with the children who come in. You know, that you want to know about that. That's your area of expertise, and you want your expertise confirming. I don't think we do it enough. Self-assessment. Who mentioned that earlier? Was that you guys? We've got to, in sport, when you think about teaching, how much they're assessed. It's very outcome driven. I know that, and it's a bit falsified in teaching, I think, as well, because Ofsted come in on a random day. They've got to give you about 48 hours notice now, or something like that, haven't they? Something like that. They can just come at a whim. And you wonder, don't you? I mean, how reflective of that teacher's teaching that day is, and what they do for the rest of the year. So how valid, but if you're monitoring and evaluating throughout, and not examining like they do in teaching, not just for the kids but for the teachers, you get a true reflection of what's actually happening on the shop floor. Whether you observe it, you go and interview people, you're relying on corridor information, which was said on the first couple of slides. The most important information for me is when I bump into people. You won't believe how many degree courses have been designed on a corridor. Well, it's dead out, and that sounds whimsical on our part, but it does, it's very hard to get everybody together. And all of a sudden you bump into someone and an idea springs up and we go down a different direction. I thought that was a really good comment to make. It's, like I said earlier, we evaluate things every single day. You evaluate when you're setting off to work. I set off this morning, I was talking to Bernard, car or train, what do I do? That's evaluation. I know last time